I've been on the board since 2003, and for the first decade there, I served under the leadership of our chairman, Kukesh here, who everybody knows. And we've got an announcement and another business item that we like to do at the very end of the meeting, and that's to announce next year's meeting. But I'm going to let Senator Kukesh close out, so please keep your attention here for a little bit, and I'm going to hand him the gavel to take care of our final business for the day. Senator Kukesh.
Thank you. I see some people sneaking out, and I'm taking notes. So, Embert, I'm glad you sat back down. Let me just bring you a smile before we start. Many of you know that Anthony Malott is Athabascan, and my wife is Athabascan, so I can tell this Athabascan joke. True story, by the way. A state trooper went to an Athabascan's fish camp, a state trooper. And he went to the fish camp and said to the Athabascan guy that was there, "Hey, I'm looking for your nephew. I have a warrant for his arrest." And the Athabascan guy said, "Fine." He said, "I don't have a warrant, but I'd like to search your place." Athabascan guy said, "Fine. Go ahead and search my place, but don't go in those bushes right there by that big tree." The state trooper pulled his badge out and said, "You see this badge right here? You see this badge? This badge is backed by the governor of the state of Alaska. This badge gives me the right to go to any place I want to. This badge is my authority." Athabascan guy said, "Fine, search wherever you want." He went right to those bushes. 2 seconds later, he's running for his life with a bear right behind him. And he's telling the Athabascan guy on a porch, "Help me, help me." Athabascan guy said, "Show him your badge." Let me take just a minute to thank some people here, and I hope they're still here because we want to recognize them. I want to thank all the candidates who ran this year because, and let me tell you why, I ran for a lot of offices in my time. I ran for the State House of Representatives, I ran for the State Senate, I ran for Sea-Alaska, I ran for AFN positions. People who put their name up to run need to be recognized, and I hope they're still here. Jody Mitchell, where are you? Thank you, Jody, for running. Jackie Peda. Jackie, where are you? Thank you for running. Richard Reinhardt, where are you? Thank you for running. Mick Beasley, where are you? Mick Beasley, thank you for running. Karen Togg, are you still here? Karen, thank you for running. Doug Chilton. Doug Chilton, thank you for running. Nicole Hollingstead, are you still here? Nicole, thank you for running. Brad Flitch, are you still here? Brad, thank you for running. And finally, I want to thank and take just a minute to thank Patrick Anderson for running. And I also want to thank him for his many, many years on the Sea-Alaska board as a director. We're going to miss Patrick. He's a very hard worker on the board, but he was also very analytical. And I want to give you the opportunity to thank every one of those people that I just mentioned for running, and I'm going to tell you why. It's easy. It's very easy to sit on a fence and be a cheerleader. These people stood up and said, "Here's my name. Look at my name. Consider voting for me." And we have to be very thankful that there are people in Sea-Alaska shareholder ranks who stood up and said, "Think of me, vote for me, support me." Thank you to all of those individuals. And I want to take just a minute right here to remind everybody here, as Walter Soboleff once said, and I remember him saying it, to think of the good things in our life, to think about the good things of Sea-Alaska. And let me give you an example. When you go to Juneau, Alaska, two of the most beautiful buildings in Sea-Alaska are Native-owned buildings. Sea-Alaska Heritage Foundation, the Walter Soboleff building, and the Sea-Alaska building. Native-owned buildings. Since 1971, what did we do? We opened our doors to those shareholders born after 1971. Only 5 corporations in Alaska have done that. We recognize those people who followed us, and we opened our doors to them. And thank you, shareholders, for allowing that to happen. We're only one of 3 corporations that recognize elders and their benefit, and we give elder benefits. If you're 65 years old, for example, and you're an original shareholder, you're recognized with a check on the day of your birth. And I think that's beautiful. We give scholarships out to almost 500 people a year. We give scholarships out to our young, and we're building our own future because of that. Be proud of Sealaska Heritage Institute. Be proud of them. Because celebration is because of SHI. Celebration where you feel all powerful and you feel your native spirit come back. Sealaska Heritage for saving our language, for saving our songs, for saving our stories, for saving our culture. Be proud of Sealaska Heritage Foundation. We have it. Many corporations in Alaska don't have it. Many people in Alaska don't have that, and they're jealous because we worked hard to have SHI. Alaska Natives in a paper the other day reached 19.5% of the population of Alaska. We became almost 20% of the population of Alaska, and we were down to 16% for a while. Be proud of the fact that we're growing, and our culture and our people are surviving, and not only surviving, but we're doing great. 19% of Alaska is Alaska Native now. And I wish all those people in the lower 48 would move back. We'd be at 40%. Be proud of the fact that Alaska Natives own 40 million acres of land in Alaska. That's our land. Be proud that we contribute almost $4 to $5 billion to the bottom line in Alaska as Alaska Native people, collectively in Alaska. We're the largest employer in Alaska. The Alaska Native community is in Alaska. We're the largest employer in Alaska. People have to recognize that and take that into account because we should be proud of it. At Sealaska headquarters, 78% of our employees are shareholders. And let me just recognize a few of them, and I hope they're still here. Anthony Malott, where are you? Anthony Malott is getting what? Oh, he's getting interviewed. Anthony Malott is our young Native leader in Alaska. He's the CEO of Sealaska. Chelina Rujo, stand up, be recognized, please. Young Sealaska shareholder. We have at Sealaska headquarters people you should be proud of. Katrina Mitchell from Angoon originally. Sally and Marietta Hopkins and Kaznick, whose mother is Haida, but they were raised in Juneau. Trudy Scan from Kowak. Vicky Sobolov from Heidelberg. Sean Blumenshine from Juneau. Dixie Hutchinson. All Sealaska shareholders, all working really hard for you. When you see them outside, shake their hand and say thank you for working for our people. Then we have people who are not shareholders. I want to recognize some of them. Terry Downs. Doug, over there, Doug. See him right there? Doug. He's one of our employees who is not a shareholder. Rick Perkins is here. Thank you for being a shareholder employee, for being an employee. One of my good friends, Big Bill Bennett. Where are you, Bill? All of these people who are not shareholders are part of the Sealaska family, and they work as hard for you as your own shareholders do. Recognize them and appreciate them. And I want to thank everybody who came to the meeting today. All of you who are still sitting here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking part in your corporation. Clarence Jackson once said, and I remember I'm quoting from him now. Clarence Jackson once said, if you just say thank you, that's a speech all by itself. If you just say thank you. On behalf of the Sealaska board, the Sealaska directors, the Sealaska staff, those people who just got elected, thank you. Thank you, thank you. The Sealaska board needs to meet immediately upon conclusion of this meeting. Next year's meeting, next year's meeting, for those of you who don't know, we had a meeting in Juneau recently, we had a meeting in Anchorage, we had a meeting on Haines. Next year's meeting will be in a village. Next year's meeting will be in a village, and that village is Heidelberg. Are there members of the military here to retire the colors? If we don't have anybody to do that, I would like to hear a motion for adjournment of the 43rd Sealaska Annual Meeting of Shareholders. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you very much. The meeting is adjourned.